let's look at some orchids that are blooming in winter. Welcome to Pilar Orchids. I'm Travis, and thanks for checking in. We'll welcome you to our living room where we'll take a quick glimpse at a few orchids. A couple of them are white and a few first blooms for us, so we're super excited about that. Let's check them out. Okay, the first one is a first bloom. You've maybe have seen it if you watch our videos. Well, thanks. But you've probably seen this Catasetum, the Logan Archer. Now it's definitely fading, and it's funny because it just like spits the pollinia just all over. Notice there's one there, on there, and actually there's one down on the window here. Maybe you can see it there. Yeah. So I'm finding the pollinia all over from the Logan Archer. So how's that for a first bloom? Surprise! Yeah. They like pop off the pollinia on the Catasetums. And the first winter white orchid that is a new bloom for us, a first time flower that we've seen it. We can't take credit for this bloom, so like a lot of orchid growers say, like we can't take credit means, we got this plant, it already had the start of the spike, the inflorescence. It was like really tiny, maybe the size of, just the end of your finger or something when we first bought the plant. We got this plant back in October is all, so we haven't owned it very long. This is Coelogyne cristata, so nice white bloom with a yellow throat. The spike took a while to develop and flower. Looks like maybe one more flower. Hopefully that one will open up, and it is a bit fragrant, which is nice. I mean, I'm hoping the smell will develop more. It's just opened up in the last couple days. Now, the Coelogynes are new. This is the first time we've ever bloomed a Coelogyne in our care. So normally the plant grows here, right by the window, because we've read that it likes to be colder, and we were watering it a lot. Just moved it up here for filming this, but normally we water it a lot, but then we read that actually this particular species may like a bit of a drier spell, a little ease on the watering, so now we're keeping it a little bit drier. Over the last month we've only watered it like a couple times, so every couple of weeks. It seems like it's doing good. There's no real serious shriveling on the pseudobulbs. It is grown in this green cube. If you've seen this plant, I've already described that, so I won't talk about the medium. The Phalaenopsis schilleriana. Now this is not a first time bloom for us, but here's our Phal schilleriana grown in water culture. It's soaking right now. Just watered it here a little bit ago, and we'll soak it overnight. And finally it's blooming and looking nice now. The flowers may be a bit smaller than in years past, so I don't know. We'll see, but excellent that it's blooming again. Really happy to see it again this winter. Now over to some white winter blooms. These are a couple species Phalaenopsis. I want to compare these two a little bit right now because they are both, for what we can give them, full bloom. All of their little buds have opened. And the first one here on the left is the Phalaenopsis Stewart Tiana. Wonderful flowers. I mean, it's just the speckling. The throat of the lip down there and the little fangs are all nice and, curled. This plant, while the leaves do have some mottling, it's kind of washed out on the older leaves, and it's not maybe the greatest, but it does have the genes, if you will, for mottling. We're so happy that we could get this plant to bloom. Now, this plant we feel like we can take a bit of credit for because we got it as a rescue plant from a friend online a couple years ago now, I guess back in maybe 2022, so probably 3 years ago we got this plant, and it's finally kind of on the rebound, and it's put on obviously some flowers, so we feel like it's back on the right track. And let me see if we can see what the roots look like. You know, so it's got some nice roots growing down. We water this guy now in winter. It is in bark and leca, and we water it now in winter every, maybe, yeah, not every 2 weeks, week and a half. We're trying not to water it, so we're just kind of going on, you know, what the plants in general areas of the grow room look like. And it's like, okay, if this one needs water, it's a little bit bigger, so I'll water all the ones back here. The Oncidium is a different story. We try to water that guy. Gotta water it today. But anyways, now we'll compare that to what is supposedly the Phalaenopsis amabilis, and the cultivar here is called Snowflake. Now, this plant I'm not sure, because when I looked it up, you know, some people said maybe this is actually not amabilis, but actually Aphrodite. And I don't know, it's just kind of, okay, I'm not sure on the identity. So I'm not going to use it actually for breeding and pollination right now, because I'm not sure. I'm bummed out because if you look at the kind of the growth habits, first of all, it's a smaller plant. It's this little guy right here. So it's got three smaller leaves, and the bloom spike, the flowers are really compact. So they grow in pretty close succession in nice ranks and all fully formed. It does have this kind of crystalline shimmer to the flowers, which is really nice. It's hard to pick up on the camera, but it kind of glitters, you know, on the flowers. So that's awesome. I mean, it is a nice flower, and I really like how it grows, you know, compared to, say, the Stewart Tiana here, which I love the flowers, but if you notice how spread out they are on the inflorescence, the spike, and so, you know, I would like this one to be a bit more compact. Maybe this one is too compact, you know. Anyways, just comparing these flowers or the plants in general in a different way, other than just, of course, what the flowers look like. Because these species all have really unique characteristics. And I just love the flowers on this Stewartiana. I'm really happy that we could get it to bloom. And, you know, the same thing with the amabilis. We've had this plant for a couple years and finally got it to bloom. It's really rewarding when you grow a plant from a seedling or you grow it from flask and you finally get it to flower. I think it's just, it adds a bit more reward and excitement and satisfaction than just when you buy a plant that's already in bloom. Speaking of plants that were in flask, these are 2 hybrids. The first one here we deflasked about 3 years ago, and showed the tag on this guy. Oh man, there it goes. Tying Shin Phoenix, crossed with Brother Piketty Sweetheart. Deflasked it a couple years ago. It is a mini phal, which is nice. It's losing its leaves now finally, but it's put on a couple flowers that have opened. They're really pretty, nice little compact phal. This is a nice guy. I mean, it's not registered. Then another deflask seedling. First time bloomer for us after 3 years ago. You can see the tag, Upin Easter Island, crossed with Equestris. Finally, it's a little early on this one, but it has opened up its first flower. Excited to see it. I mean, it's a nice bloom. These guys kind of look like grocery store phals. You know, after 3 years of waiting, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's white with a blush of pink. It's nice. It's a good grower. It is a bigger plant. Not gonna complain about it. We're just really happy to see him bloom and know that we can get Phalaenopsis at least from flask to flower. And that's pretty satisfying. And we got to keep working with other genera as well, and just with, you know, smaller plants. For instance, we did deflask these recently, a couple months ago now, I guess. These are the Bararia Neosa. And the spikes, well, yeah, they're still growing. We can get close, right? They're still growing. This one kind of on the right, it kind of died off a bit, but now it's branching and starting to grow little side branches. So we dribble water on that every week, just a couple drops on the roots. So, but we do it super early in the morning, so it dries off. But yeah, always experimenting with deflasking. We have a lot more to do here soon. So check back in. You know, maybe just a little interlude, non-orchid content interlude on this succulent cutting. And it is still sitting on the bench, growing new roots. Is it gonna focus there? Yeah, but it's still flowering. So if you've seen this plant over the last couple of videos, we've shown it. It's still going. I don't know when we're gonna replant it. A quick bud watch segment. Here's the Phaloxum. We'll just do some Paphiopedilum bud watch tonight, and a few things coming on. The Phaloxum coming up with 2, looking really nice. Up top, first time bloomer for us. This is the Escarolii alba in low bud right now, just coming on. So keep an eye on that guy. The Paphlabodianum, hopefully maybe a multifloral and puts on more than one flower. We'll see. It's not gonna focus on that bud. But yeah, we'll keep you updated there as it blooms here hopefully soon. Maudii vinicolor, looking really dark and black in the early morning light. Turn the light on it. This is the Schwarz Madonna. Look at how black that spike looks right now in the morning light. It does look nice. If you get down, it kind of looks, you know, it's a real purple, what you see with your eyes. So a bit of a trick with the light, I guess. It's not fair. So thanks for checking in, guys. I hope you're having a good one. And yeah, if you want to see some more species close-ups, you can check this playlist over here. Right there. Check that playlist. And yeah, hope you're having a good one. We will see you back here at El Pilar soon.